the Buffalo Hall of Fame. We're talking to Rick Mathews.
First of all, it's the Buffalo Music Hall of Fame, and it's important because it was the Buffalo Rock Hall of Fame, not in name, but in character, until about 7 years after its existence, when they finally decided to open all the balloting up to all kinds of music.
Okay. Who's being inducted this evening?
Well, we were very fortunate. Our number one inductee was Leonard Penario. He's a world-class classical pianist, played with all the big symphonies all over the world. He's been in his 80s, and he came all the way in from California to accept the award. He was just ecstatic about it.
Fantastic.
And we were ecstatic to have him.
All right, who else is in there?
Well, Jim Ehinger is a very popular local keyboard player who has played with some of the biggest names, including Bob Dylan and Stephen Stills and so forth.
I've seen him before. He can jam.
When he was touring, he came in. He's back in Buffalo now. We're glad to have him, and we're very glad to have him in the Buffalo Music Hall of Fame also.
Right, I heard Robert Kinkel's being inducted this evening.
Robert Kinkel was inducted, and everybody says, "Who's Robert Kinkel?"
Who's Robert Kinkel?
Well, Robert Kinkel happens to be the co-founder and musical director and keyboard player with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh,
pretty big organization.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. In fact, they're coming to Buffalo.
And when he comes there, we hope to be able to actually physically present his award to him. The Trans-Siberian Orchestra people sent in a very nice 3 or 4 minute video of him and the music and how he plays, and it was great to have.
And this evening, Frank Grizanti is going to be in.
And Frank Grizanti is a very popular local player, guitarist, and he's on. Anybody who needs a good guitarist on their CD, they'll contact Frank. Soulful, beautiful player, great technique, and he's the greatest guy in the world.
All right. He's been around for a while, too.
Frank's been here. He's been out to L.A., and he performed there with some very big bands, and he came back to Buffalo, and I think he's going to stay here for a while.
Great. Hey, we got a guy from Amherst in here tonight, Andy.
Well, there's a couple guys from Amherst, but Andy Kuhlberg from Amherst, grew up here, left to go to BU, Boston University, got in with a bunch of great guys in the New York City area, and formed one of the hottest, most sought-after groups that played for the college scene, and that was the Blues Project. The Blues Project, along with guys like Al Cooper. Before Al Cooper was any more famous than that.
Right.
And eventually Andy moved out to the West Coast and formed C-Train, the commercial band, 13 Questions. If you've got the old album, you can find him on there. Unfortunately, Andy passed away in 2002, so we won't be presenting to him, but his family is here to accept tonight.
And Elizabeth Swados is going to be inducted this evening.
Well, that's the interesting part about the Hall of Fame, the way we've got it set up now. She's on Broadway, and she has Tony nominations and Obie awards for being a playwright. At the age of 26, she won all these great awards on Broadway and off Broadway. So we have other people other than just rock guitar players in the Hall of Fame.
And a great keyboard player this evening, Jim Wozniak's going to be up on stage, and as well as being accepting an award.
Just say the Flying W. You'll know what you mean. Everybody knows the Flying W. Jimmy Wozniak has been here. He's in his 70s now, but he's one of the best keyboard players, B3 Hammond organ players, who's ever graced our stages here anywhere in Buffalo, and he's one of the best teachers.
Right.
He's mentored some of the finest keyboard players now. If you're any kind of a good keyboard player now, you probably take lessons from Jimmy.
And last but not least, Tommy Z.
Yeah, Tommy Z turned out to be a good front man. He started as quite a good blues guitarist with a number of groups in the area, and right now he's recording his own music, all original stuff. And he's a singer and guitar player, and he lights it up when he's on stage. He's also well known for being in other places of the world. He travels a lot to entertain the troops all over the world.
And a gentleman that was actually inducted in 1987, Mark Freeland, passed away this past year, and there's going to be a tribute video to him this evening.
Yeah, Mark Freeland was a great talent, both in the arts and in music, and had a huge following. And we'll have a lot of those people here today helping us pay tribute to Mark.
Right, great. All right, nice to meet you, sir.
like to introduce our MC for the evening, 97 Rock's unfunny man, Rob Lederman.
Susan Banks, ladies and gentlemen. Sequins have not looked that good. Most beautiful woman you've ever seen up front. I always thought she was just pretty because she was sitting next to Irv. But no, she is a very beautiful woman. I miss those days of Irv Weinstein, Tom Jones, and all those. Anybody else? I would have liked to see that one time where Tom Jones just snapped. Where Irv goes, Tom, what's the weather word? And Tom's out by that little gazebo. What's the weather word? This is stupid. How about that? That's the weather word, stupid. I got snow up to my I want to come in. You see the snot on the end of my nose? I'm freezing, Irv. Let me in. Hey, I'm a commander. Let me in. Commander Tom. It is weird to see all of these people here. This is a star-studded event. As I look around, it is amazing. In fact, J.P. Lossman parked my car. It is a weird evening as I look out. There is a vast array of ages here. We have everything from the hip to the hip replacement.